Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your agenda-free news. This is Jerome Hughes. Now, let's go and get right into it. Now, today, we're actually diving into an intriguing article from thatpopulist.com from John Trent entitled "The Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland explains why she views the Sith villain as an avatar herself." Now, we're going to explore how Leslye Headland, the showrunner for the Disney Star Wars The Acolyte, how she connects deeply with the Sith villain in her series. Now, as y'all know, The Acolyte Star Wars series set during the High Republic era, and it focuses on the Dark Force, showcasing Sith characters and their complex, often morally ambiguous journeys. And Leslye Headland's involvement in the show brings a perspective to the Star Wars universe, influenced by her personal experiences and creative vision. Now, in an interview with Collider, Leslye Headland revealed that she sees Manny Jacinto's Sith character, the Stranger, as an avatar for herself. Leslye Headland spoke about her creative process, how she poured her personal struggles and emotions to the character. Now, Leslye Headland discussed how the character's internal conflicts mirror her own particularly experiences as a gay woman working in a challenging industry. And Leslye Headland also expressed feeling unaccepted and wanting the freedom to be herself without judgment. And from that perspective, it seems as if Leslye Headland had that particular struggle, and then she will need to seek therapy to address any underlying issues. Now, Leslye Headland also explained that writing for the Stranger was almost like therapy. Leslye Headland faced the challenge of making the Sith villain's motivations believable and relatable. And Leslye Headland rewrote the character's defining scenes multiple times, trying to convey his philosophy and goals in a manner that she thinks is authentic. Also, Leslye Headland is intrigued by her family experiences into the show. She has a strange relationship with her younger sister, which inspired the familial conflicts within the series. Now, this adds a layer of what she calls realism and depth to the character's interactions and motivations. Now, the Sith in Star Wars often symbolize freedom from social constraints, albeit through dark and destructive means, and Leslye Headland's interpretation of the Stranger's desire for freedom reflects her own struggles. And Leslye Headland wanted to depict the character who is unapologetically himself, challenging the audience to understand his perspective. Now, the thatparkplace.com article mentions how compelling villains often carry a piece of their creators with them, and this makes them more complex and interesting as they try to embody human emotions and conflicts, which Star Wars fans know what. But Leslye Headland's take on Sith's ideology of freedom contrasts with the traditional virtues, aligning with modern themes of personal liberty versus societal expectations. Now, this philosophical layer actually enriches the narrative, making it resonate on a deeper level. But Dallas Sonnier, a former colleague of Leslye Headland, and criticized her for embracing what is woke ideology. Now, he reminisced about her earlier, more rebellious persona and expressed disappointment in her current direction. This highlights the polarized reactions to Leslye Headland's work, reflecting broader debates in entertainment about creativity, identity, and societal norms. Now, Leslye Headland's work on the Disney Star Wars The Acolyte offers a blend of personal experience with philosophical inquiry and wokeism, and ignores the Star Wars lore. Now, Leslye Headland's portrayal of the Stranger as an avatar for herself adds unique introspective dimension to the series, whether we agree with her or not. Like, her approach brings, some people think as a fresh, thought-provoking angle to Star Wars universe, when reality is ruining it. But Leslye Headland has proven that Star Wars fans and YouTubers right. Disney creators and other IP creators are using current IPs to make the stories about them. Now, Leslye Headland and other creators are using the long existing IPs that we've loved and enjoyed, and using them to tell the stories of their own lives that are not for us to watch or even hear. Now, Star Wars fans don't care about the personal family struggles that Leslye Headland expressed, even though it's bad, and the ratings have shown that. But if Leslye Headland wanted to talk about her own personal struggles and her life in the past, she can make it into a documentary herself. And the fact of the matter is, as we can all see, that the Disney Star Wars The Acolyte by Leslye Headland under Kathleen Kennedy is basically more of long lines for political banter, if you will. Now, the fact of the matter is, Leslye Headland, as we not only see that she decided to go ahead and make this show, Disney Star Wars The Acolyte, about her, but she also claimed that, you know, Osha killed Soul in the Disney Star Wars The Acolyte because he was imposing benign sexism on her. Now, as you all know, the man who I mentioned before, who used to work closely with Leslye Headland, he stated that Leslye Headland wasn't always, you know, basically into woke ideology and stuff. That's not how she was. And in the article, I'm gonna have this article also, you know, in the description. He actually goes into detail about it more, saying that, you know, like, did call her, like, this man did call her out and claimed that Leslye Headland would have been the first in line to dunk on the Acolyte due to his embrace of woke ideology. Now, it says here, Sonnier wrote on Instagram that the Acolyte makes me sad on so many levels. The Star Wars is awesome, was awesome. And he continued that I discovered Leslye Headland in a 15-seat theater on Santa Monica Boulevard back in 2007. Like Greta Gerwig, I locked arms with this woman and forced Hollywood to pay attention to her. And Leslye Headland was so freaking base back then. He also went on to say she would have ish all over the Acolyte. Disney Star Wars The Acolyte for stupid gender motives and dumb physics like fire in outer space, he added. And then he continued, and this is his post right here, where it says that he then stated, Les saw her in 2017 and Leslye Headland was still her old self, but Leslye Headland's reboot of Heathers, co-starring an even younger Brett Cooper, soon got canceled, and very publicly for all the wrong dumb reasons, and it really shook her spirits. I saw her lean into modern victim mentality more with Russian Doll on Netflix, and really no turning back from there. And then he also speculated that Leslye Headland got woke in order to be accepted by Hollywood, where he says, hey, look, we all get older, we all got to pay bills, and the world cracked, I get it. But it's just so sad to see someone I managed for over 8 years and cared so much about become the very thing Leslye Headland and I would mock mercilessly for a decade, he concluded. Now, this is also interesting because now we see here that it's possible that Leslye Headland wasn't always into woke ideology. That Leslye Headland was probably at the point, like Brett Sonnier said himself, that, you know, she was base. It's either that she was always like that, Leslye Headland was always like this, or maybe Leslye Headland was just trying to pretend to be that way and stuff. And this could be the real revelation of Leslye Headland, who is all about wokeism, all about, you know, interjecting, you know, the female narrative, dominated males and stuff, as well as, you know, continuing with the whole banter and continuing to make Star Wars woke. All right. But the fact of the matter is, this is the Leslye Headland we see here, and make of it what you want. But if this is really Leslye Headland, then guess what? Leslye Headland is basically easily persuadable and controlled by Kathleen Kennedy. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you may have this particular topic. Do you think that Leslye Headland might have been based before, but now she warmed up to the woke ideology and she's sticking to it? Or was she always into wokeism and everything, and she was just using it as a ploy to go ahead and get in good with, you know, Hollywood? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you may have this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.